Have you ever had your natural confidence together until you hit that threshold? And boom, suddenly everyone sees your defense as an unnecessary outburst, forgetting that you are not superhuman. And somehow they they freeze you in that singular moment, expecting that you should have handled it better. Sit with me because today we are unpacking the truth behind natural confidence, human threshold, and the unbothered comeback that restores your dignity. Today, we are exploring a topic that every strong individual eventually learns: neutral confidence, thresholds, and the unbothered comeback. The neutral confidence is your anchor, like your baseline. The thresholds are your human moment, and the unbothered comeback is your dignity. This teaching is for anyone who has ever been calm until they weren't, steady until pressure pushed them, and neutral until life demanded a reaction. Yet, in all of this, they were still able to come back to the center. This journey is what we are considering in this month, this August edition of the Thai Talk. So, welcome aboard. Now, let's dissect these terms. Neutral confidence in this context is the quiet strength you carry before anything goes wrong. It's not loud, it's not performative, it's not defensive. It's the kind of calm that says, I trust myself, I trust my presence, and I trust my judgment. Neutral confidence is a confidence that doesn't need to prove anything. It simply shows up in the way you walk into a room, the way you greet others, the way you handle pressure, and the way you carry yourself when someone else is unpredictable. So this neutral confidence is the before. It is the emotional baseline that keeps you steady. It is a version of you that is calm, that is composed, that is centered. And the truth is we live most of our lives in this state. That is our real identity, and this is your real identity. Now let's move on to the threshold. When we talk about human threshold, what are we talking about? Stay right there and enjoy this topic with me. Threshold in this context is the human moment. The fact is, even the calmest person has his own threshold. A point where pressure meets fatigue, where frustration meets silence, where emotional capacity meets its limits, where even responsibility meets with exhaustion. And the truth is, thresholds are not weaknesses, they're simply human moments. The moment where you express too strongly, where you speak too sharply, and you release what you've been holding. But here's the part people don't often talk about or see. Threshold happen to strong people because strong people, they carry a lot. They carry family, they carry expectation, they carry responsibility. They carry the weight of being the one to hold it together. They carry the weight of being the steady one. And sometimes this weight spills. So why will you judge a person by their singular threshold, by everyone's in a white threshold? Because you believe that they should always operate in their emotional baseline, which was what we talked about, previously. So threshold happens to strong people. So if you are seeing this right now, you do not judge yourself by your threshold. You only judge yourself by what happens after. And this leads us to the next one we are going to talk about, the unbothered comeback. This unbothered comeback determines how you handle your threshold. Now to the victorious part, the unbothered comeback. This is where your dignity shines. The unbothered comeback is the calm that returns after the threshold. This is the moment you breathe, the moment you reset. This is the moment you choose neutrality instead of panic. You choose steadiness instead of shame. You choose presence instead of over-explaining. The unbothered energy says, yes, I reacted. Yes, I am human. Yes, I am still me. I am still calm. I am still confident. I am still grounded. The unbothered energy is very powerful because it shows emotional maturity. You don't apologize excessively, you don't try to fix what is broken, and you don't perform with guilt. And here's the beautiful part. People respond well to your comeback more than your threshold, because the unbothered energy communicates, I am not defined by my moment, I am defined by my consistency. So if you had to put it together, what we've been talking about, the neutral confidence is the calm before the threshold, and the threshold is the moment that tests your capacity, while the unbothered comeback is the calm that returns after the threshold. Conclusively, I want you to release the shame from your threshold moment. You are not defined by the storm, you are defined by the comeback. Your neutral confidence is still intact. Your unbothered energy is still powerful, and your dignity is still whole. You are allowed to be human. You are allowed to reset. You are allowed to return to center. And that return, that is where your strength lives. The return, the comeback, that is where your strength truly lives. So thank you so much for joining us in this month's edition of the Thai Store. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, and of course, don't forget to share. We'll see you again by the grace of God in our next edition of the Thai Talk next month. So stay calm, stay grounded, and stay beautifully unbothered. Keep rising above the tide.